Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? Texas Fed, Texas Bread. So, yes, you guys read correctly. You guys are seeing correctly. And before y'all jump up and tell me I'm fucking crazy, out of my mind, or whatever, just hear me out first. I did trade in my 2019 Road Glide for a 2020 Lowrider S. Now, I have a reason for this. Oh, shit. Can't even say that, and be completely honest. There was really no reason, no need. It's kind of just in the moment type of shit. But yeah, man, stick around, hear it out, and yeah, tell me if I fucked up or not. So one day we were taking a cruise around on the road glides, and we ended up in a Harley Davidson here in town. So I pretty much we go in there. I see a lowrider S. They have both the black and the silver. They don't have many of these. Um, at least not all the time, right? So badass, whatever. Check it out. And one of the salespersons there, or one of my buddies, he goes up to me pretty much, start talking shit, right? And I tell him, hey man, you gonna get me on this bike or what? Him being a salesperson and all, he's like, fuck yeah, I'll get you on the bike. So for some reason, my curiosity spikes, and I pretty much just tell him, you know what, bro? If you can get me on this bike with a cheaper monthly payment than I'm paying now, I'll fucking take it. So sure enough, start negotiating, start doing this and that. And I mean, in the end, long story short, my monthly payment ended up being significantly cheaper than the Road Glide. So fuck it, man. I pulled the trigger. I just told him, you know what? I got a custom dynamics front and rear turn signals, and I have a Clockworks windshield. So I pretty much told him, let me get that shit back. Um, you can use these lights, these covers, these whatever the fuck you have to do, but pretty much do the switcheroony and we're good to go. So my rear LEDs, they put them on my buddy's bike, the one you see here in the video in front. Because the lowrider S are just turn signals, they're not like running lights, so they couldn't put those on mine. The front LEDs with the halo, like y'all saw in the intro, hopefully, or not intro, in the beginning, pretty much they fit, so I put those on mine. The Clockworks windshield, I pretty much told my buddy to put it on his bike, and he gave them the stock windshield for the Road Glide. They put it on my old bike. And yeah, man, I mean, pretty much just did switches here and there for the bike. And now I have a Road Glide with the fucking custom dynamic LEDs. I ordered some Amazon rear turn signal lights, LEDs also, so I'm running those. And also the grips, I already changed them. But other than the grips and the front and back LEDs, this bike is pretty much stock, man. I have about 500 miles running through them, and I can tell you, it's a nice bike. It's comfortable, it's fast, it's fucking agile. It moves around. Um, Comfortable wise, I will say, we went on a I want to say 220 mile ride, and after about an hour and a half, 2 hours, my ass was feeling it, my back was feeling it. Um, Part of the things that ride, I found a lot of things that I want to change on the bike, and part of it was pretty much a different seat. So I ordered the Saddleman Step Up for me and my wife, and the bars, I need higher risers. I'll probably stick with these bars for now. Maybe later on down the line, I'll get something different if I feel like I need or want or whatever. But I don't mind these bars, to be honest. So I just need some taller risers to get the bike up to my shoulder height. Um, and the seat, man, that's pretty much the essentials right now. The mufflers I already ordered also. My wife was pretty much driving next to me, and she told me, I can't see you as good as I could on the other bike because the other one was fucking huge. And I was like, and I can't fucking hear you worth shit. So she pretty much gave me the green light. She was like, go get some fucking mufflers. I don't care if they're obnoxious or not. Just get some, and yeah, because it's a safety hazard. So I was like, shit, man, you don't gotta tell me twice. I want a Harley Davidson. I ordered the 2 in 2 Venton Hines big radius, and the lowrider S already comes with a stock big air breather. So pretty much gonna get the tune and do the whole stage 1. And yeah, man, I mean, there's very little things I can complain about this bike, and things that I can change. Shit, there's not really anything I can feel like I can complain about this bike. Cause that's one, the risers, but I mean the risers, you don't expect to have big old risers from stock. The exhaust, yeah, it sounds like shit. Um, there's nothing Harley Davidson about this. The sound of these stock exhausts, it's just, it sounds like a fucking lawnmower, or you know sewing machine, or whatever other people say. Like, it does sound like that, man. It sounds like shit. I can't give them any props about that because it's just not good. They look cool, the twin exhaust, the dual exhaust. They look cool, but they sound horrible. But again, once I get the Vance and Hines, I'll put up another video so I can check those out. Those should be pretty badass. The seat, the Saddleman, I mean, it's gonna take about 1,500 miles for that seat to break in and for it to be comfortable, but eventually it's gonna be comfortable, supposedly, right, from what I've read. So yeah, I mean, risers, stage 1, the seat, those are just things that you can quickly change. That, I mean, yeah, they're probably the priciest too, but you change that and shit, man, you're good to go. This bike is a completely different animal. Now, the foot controls, they're not the best. Well, it depends. I'll rephrase that. Depending on what you want to use this bike for, if you want to tear up the streets, then they're fucking badass. They're high mid control, so I mean, you're in an aggressive stance. But again, with these bars, you can't really, if you still feel kind of out of, bent out of shape with them. But the foot controls, you have them, the mid controls, they're pretty high. You feel like you can toss this bike around. You feel, secure going around corners and bumps and shit like that. But they are, you know, they're a lot higher than I've ever ridden, to be honest. I haven't ridden a million bikes or anything, but mostly I feel like the pegs are lower, and I know it's a performance thing with this bike. They hired them for more clearance and stuff like that, for more of a lean angle. But yeah, like, shit, I see these foot pegs and I'm like, damn, if I ever scrape this shit, like, I know that I'm fucking leaning hard because it's pretty high. So I mean, there's always the crash bars that have, kind of like a highway peg type of deal. And there's a forward controls. You can just go ahead and change them. I don't know if that would be like the best decision for me. I'll probably figure that out later on. As of now, I'm comfortable with it. Um, Another thing, yeah, besides the foot controls, that maybe forwards, or maybe just keep the mids. Once the risers are on, the seating position is gonna feel different. You're gonna be in a more upright position, so maybe the mids are gonna be badass. Until then, that's all I got for the control parts. And another thing is the cruise control. No, Harley Davidson sells the whole like control case with the cruise control, like pretty much as like you bought it like fucking stock with the cruise control. That's how they leave it. It's another day in the hood, man. But yeah, the cruise control would be pretty good. Um, just cause I got used to it on the road glide. The fairing, that's another thing that later on I might think of doing. I know Memphis Shade sells the badass. I think it's called the Road Warrior. They sell the fairing, and you can put different size windshields, and it's supposed to be real easy to replace or not replace, but like move around, change, add, and whatever the fuck. So that's an option. But yeah, I mean, without going too much into detail about all my nitpicky stuff, which I mean they're not even nitpicky. It's just things that I know that you can change to transform this bike completely, and there's no complaints about it right now. It's just things that I know I'm probably gonna do eventually, but not really complaining, because the bars, they're lower, they're way lower than I like, and they don't. At first, they felt fucking weird because I was coming from the Z bars on the rope glide, but now they don't feel bad. They're lower, and they don't feel fucking like I want them that way, but they don't feel bad. I can't complain about them. I'm getting used to them. The seat at first on that long ride, I was like, fuck, man, like this seat fucking sucks. I ordered the Saddleman seat immediately. But the more that I've been riding the bike, the more that I feel like it's not that bad of a seat. I mean, regardless, I know Saddleman's better, and I need that 2 up for my wife. But I can't really complain about the seat at the moment. Like it's just little things like that. Yes, I can say I'm gonna change or I want to change or whatever. But I can't. I don't have that many complaints about this fucking bike. It's fucking awesome. So do I miss a road glide? Shit, man. If I ever decide to go cross country on the Lowrider S, then I will say that I missed a road glide. But um, just around town and just around Texas, even with those few little upgrades that I mentioned, I'm perfectly happy and perfectly fine with the Lowrider S. Um, Maybe invest $4 or $5,000 into this bike, maybe even less than that, and you have a fucking badass, sport touring kind of bike. So if that's something that I want, that's something I can do, and I think the trade-off is fucking badass having this fucking badass machine for that. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.